Hey chummies, hey! Let me quickly take you to my aloe vera plants that we are going to harvest for my aloe vera gel. Been growing these for quite some time, and here they are. Healthy little babies. These are my babies that gave me babies. We're going to harvest them. We'll take them from here. This one has more leaves. So I'll take them from here. Some of them look a bit sickly, but it's fine. They have the gel. They have the gel. As you can see, these are the leaves I used for my aloe vera gel. Yay! The yellow parts on this leaf is actually the poison. We don't want this on our scalp. It's going to cause an irritation, so we need to get rid of this. And it smells, guys. It smells so horribly. Ew. Alrighty, before I get started, I need to wash each leaf and then I'll proceed to chop off the ends. Okay, so this part, the end that had the latex, we need to get rid of that. So I'm going to remove that part. And then I will also chop the spiky sides. Okay, on each side, remove all the spikes, as you can see over there. That needs to go. Alright, next step is to chop each leaf into smaller pieces. Then I will chop the pieces in halves and throw them into my bowl. Alright, as you can see, all the leaves that I've harvested have been chopped, and I will proceed to pour cold water into my bowl and leave my leaves soaked into the water for an hour. So this is just to allow for a bit of the latex that is left to get off of the pieces, so I can begin to make use of this for my hair. We don't want any irritation to be on the hair at this point. Right. After that, I will drain the water and scoop out the gel. Okay. Leave it for an hour. Alright, so this is after an hour that I've left my leaves or the pieces of my leaves to soak in the water. What I need to do now is pour out the water to get started with the process of scooping out the gel. I'm having a tough time pouring out the water and holding the phone in the other hand. So I'm just gonna pour out the entire thing and pick out each piece one by one. Okay, so now I have taken out each piece and placed it into the bowl. What I will now do is scoop out the gel. It's quite slippery, so just be a bit careful. I'll scoop out the gel with a spoon. You can also use a knife if that works for you. And yeah, I'll do that for each piece. Oh my goodness, look at that ooey gooey gel. Ah, ooey gooey gel. Ach yella, you know what? The spoon was delaying the whole process. It became too slippery and I just decided to make use of my nails and remove the gel using my nails. Just be careful if you're going to use this method to not scoop too harshly because you'll end up breaking the actual flesh of the leaf and you'll have leaf pieces in your gel. But look at that, gosh, this is so thick. Yes. Alright, now that all the gel has been scraped off, you can see that it does not have a smooth consistency. So what I will have to do now is move that into the blender and pulse it a bit to create a smooth consistency. The reason why I pulse it instead of blending it completely is so that I don't have a watery consistency. We just want it to be a smooth gel. We don't want it to be water. Alrighty, now it is time to move our gel from the blender into the bowl. And I'm going to use a sieve to separate the pulp from the gel. Look at all of that. Oh my word. This is so beautiful. Beautiful. All of that gel. So I am pouring it bit by bit because it is rather heavy on the sieve. I don't want to break my sieve. Then after a while I will leave it to drain on its own and I'll come back after a while once all of it is drained and I have the gel set into the bowl itself. And there we have our gel. Oh my word, it looks so beautiful. Do not be deterred by the color. But I will now proceed to transport it into my bottle to use it immediately and refrigerate, and then I will ice the rest of it. You can ice it up to a year, a maximum of a year. So I'll put this into the ice trays and put it in my fridge. Hey guys!
So I was within my skincare regime, but I thought to show you the aloe vera that I froze earlier. So I'm gonna take it out. I'll take out the remaining ice blocks. As you can see, this aloe vera was frozen in June this year. It's December 31st today, the last day of 2022. So I'm going to use these last bits on my hair. I've already detangled my hair and put it up into twists. So I won't be using the aloe as a detangler, but this time around I will incorporate it in my actual washing. So when my shampoo is in, I'll add the aloe on my scalp as well and just wash it all together. What I am going to do differently once this is melted is use one of these bags. So I bought this on Take A Lot. It's a muslin bag. It comes in a pack of 3. We've already used one. Let me take the one that we used. So yeah, it basically looks like this. It's reusable, so this one is washed. It's just turned inside out. But what I'll do with this is put the melted aloe vera in here so that the bag can keep the pulp and I get the gel. Because I used a sieve earlier, if you remember, I used the sieve and it didn't really sift things through properly, and I had pulp in my hair and my husband also had pulp, and we just looked like we had the worst case scenario of dandruff when we were finished washing our hair. So that is what I'll be doing, and then I'll show you the bottle once the aloe has melted. Cool. Hello. I'm back, and our aloe vera is melted, as you can see. Alright, so the first time I melted it, I was worried that it would be watery, but it still has its gel-ish properties. I don't know if you can see. It's quite thick, it's still a gel. And remember when I mentioned that when I used the sieve, it did not remove or hold back the pulpy areas or particles. So some of, you'll see here, when I move it, that there's things inside. That's what we don't want in our hair. Okay, alright, so what I will then do is hoy it in this bottle. Alright, this is my bottle that I use with the applicator lid, because it's easily applied onto the scalp. English bundle's gone. Okay, put our muslin bag over there, and I'll pour my aloe vera gel into the bag slowly. Oi, I got it. Whoop. Pour it in. Okay, and just squeeze it all in there. Okay, there's nothing. Squeeze it. Okay, dokes. And then, see? Thick. Still gel. Squash that, or let it drip, whichever way. I'll squish it into my measuring jug. Squishy, and our pulp is there at the bottom. All the green things there at the bottom in the bag. Yeah, in the bag. All right, and I'll toss this into the sink to wash it and proceed to pour my gel into the applicator loop. Get all that gel in there. And there we have it. The last bit of aloe vera that I harvested in the bottle. Okay.